If you're getting ready to sell your home, you're not going to want to make this mistake. If you make this mistake, it can cost you dearly. Now, in today's video, we're going to go over a case study of a seller that went against my advice and made this mistake, and we're going to get after it right now. My name is David Matney with Nebraska Realty. I'm a local realtor here in Omaha, Nebraska. Now, the goal of my channel is to help you buy, sell, or invest in real estate, or if you're relocating to the Omaha area, to give you some idea of what our area is like. If this sounds like your kind of content, hey, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and ring that bell for notifications. And if you don't mind giving this video a thumbs up, I really appreciate it. And I do post videos to my channel once a week. Now let's jump into today's topic. All right, selling your home is not fun. And one of the most painful aspects of selling your home is the home inspection. Now, when a real estate contract or when a real estate deal falls apart, it's usually for two reasons. Number one is the buyer's financing, and number two is the home inspection. Now, the way a real estate contract is structured, the buyer has an opportunity to bail during the home inspection. And once the home inspection is complete, if it's met within the time frames, the buyer has three options. They can accept the house as is, they can ask the seller to make some repairs, or if the home inspection is deemed unsatisfactory, at that point, then they can say, hey, we don't want the house. This story dates back to 2005. I had a seller, and it was in the Benson area, and it's around 50th and Blondo area. They wanted to list their home. The market analysis pinned the home right around between 120 and 125. Now, in today's market, that's equivalent to $250,000. But at the time, the market analysis came in at about 125. Well, the seller wanted to ask for a little bit more, so we listed it for 132. Okay, and then 5 days later, she got an offer for 130. The seller accepted the contract, and one of the contingencies on that contract is they wanted to do a home inspection and a radon test. And so the buyers did the home inspection and they did the radon test. Now, the radon test came back high. Eastern Nebraska has high radon. And if you don't know what radon is a colorless, odorless gas that is prevalent in eastern Nebraska. It's the second leading cause of lung cancer behind smoking. Well, the buyer asked for a radon mitigation system to be installed by the seller, and the seller was having none of it. The seller said, you know what? Nope, I'm not installing that radon mitigation system. If they don't want the house, then that's it. Well, the deal fell apart, and she didn't take my advice. My advice is to say, hey, go ahead and install that radon mitigation system. Now, when a deal falls apart and after a home inspection is done, one of the things that has to happen, or one of the requirements, is if you're a seller and you become aware of any more defects as a result of that home inspection, you have to disclose those defects to any future buyers. And here's what the seller didn't realize at the time. And she didn't take my advice, and she said, that's fine. I'm not installing a radon mitigation system. I said, well, eventually you're going to be installing that system because it's a health and safety issue. Now, a radon mitigation system would have cost her anywhere from $750 to $1,000. So let's just say it's going to cost her $1,000. She got an offer for 130. They wanted a radon mitigation system that would have cost her $1,000. So she would have netted 129. Like I said, she let the deal fall apart. And then, we got the offer early, and she said, you know what, there's going to be more offers. And then 5 months later, she did get another offer. Now this offer was for 122. Guess what? She had to put in that radon mitigation system. And that buyer 5 months later, they wanted another home inspection, and that inspector called out the roof. And so now she was stuck installing a new roof on the property, and that set her back about $8,000. Keep in mind, this is 5 months later. So the house was vacant. So her payment at the time was running her about $800. So she had 5 months of payments at $800. That cost her $4,000. So instead of making that repair on the initial offer and getting the home sold, she dug in her heels. She netted on the second deal that she finally accepted, which finally closed, she netted 109. So that initial $1,000 repair ended up costing her $20,000. So if you're a seller and the buyer is being reasonable and they ask for a repair, you're much better off making that repair instead of letting the deal fall apart. You don't know the pain of that until 5 months later, just making the repair and being done with the deal. But instead, she dug her heels in, and there's a saying that goes that pride and ego will get you beat up in a parking lot. And if you're a home seller, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. There's a lot of lessons to take away there on this case study. But if the buyer is being reasonable and asks for a repair that deals, especially if it deals with health and safety, you're much better off making that repair than letting the deal fall apart. Now, if you want to learn more about what are some of the more common items found on a home inspection report, be sure to check out this video here where I go over some of the more common things that are found on a home inspection. Make it a great day.